And now I'd like to yield 1 minute to the gentleman from New York, Mr. Suozzi.
Gentleman from New York is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wasn't going to speak today on the rule, but I'm just so outraged when I hear people attacking states like mine and other states. My state, the state of New York, is the largest single net donor to the federal government of any state in the United States of America. We send $48 billion a year more to the federal government than we get back. And to hear this talk about irresponsible states that are really subsidizing these other states of the speakers that have spoken from the other side today is just so irresponsible and so divisive in our nation. We talk about this bill, about restoring tax fairness. That's exactly what it is, tax fairness. It's not fair that people are taxed on the taxes they've already paid. It's not fair that state and local governments that pick up the garbage and plow the roads and protect our people and educate our children are being forced to have to worry about more money being used to subsidize the rest of the country. It's not fair that this has been in place since 1913, and they want to try and change this covenant that has existed since the beginning of the federal tax code. They want to change it at this time. It's completely unfair. Let me point out with one last point that 100% of this bill is paid for by the highest earners in the United States of America. 100% is paid for by the highest earners. If my colleagues are concerned about the wealthy not getting too much, then have them increase the progressive tax even higher, if that's what they really mean. I yield back.
Gentleman from New York is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I won't take a full minute. I just want to first start by saying how much I respect and admire Mr. Cole, and I have worked closely with him on many issues. I just want to make one point, though. So many of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle have been boasting about the fact that people are leaving states like mine to move to their states. And that's what one of the effects of this tax bill has been, by eliminating the state and local tax cap. And what happens? What happens when people leave my state and move to the Southwest or the Southeast? They leave behind lower and middle income tax people to pick up the bill. They are trying to boast about the fact that our states, which are mature industrial states that have old roads and old bridges and old sewers and old schools and old hospitals, when we get money from the federal government, we've got to fix up those legacy issues. We've got to deal with pockets of poverty because we've been around for a longer time. They're states which are growing. When they get money from us, we are subsidizing the rest of the country. When they get money from the federal government, what are they using it for? New sewers and new roads and new bridges and new hospitals and new schools. And they're growing and they're bringing in new sales tax and new property taxes. And they're trying to take credit for it when really it's because of the progressive income tax and the money that has come from our states that has helped their states to succeed. It is hypocrisy to suggest that our states are somehow irresponsible. It's hypocrisy to suggest that they're concerned about the wealthiest Americans.
Gentleman's time has expired.
I yield back.
Gentleman yields back.